United Kingdom geography. The total area of the United Kingdom is approximately 243,610 square kilometers, 94,060 square miles. The country occupies the major part of the British Isles archipelago and includes the island of Great Britain, the northeastern one-sixth of the island of Ireland and some smaller surrounding islands. It lies between the North Atlantic Ocean and the North Sea, with the southeast coast coming within 22 miles. 35 kilometers, of the coast of northern France, from which it is separated by the English Channel. In 1993, 10% of the UK was forested, 46% used for pastures and 25% cultivated for agriculture. The Royal Greenwich Observatory in London was chosen as the defining point of the prime meridian in Washington in 1884, though it no longer is. The United Kingdom lies between latitudes 49 degrees and 61 degrees north, and longitudes 9 degrees west and 2 degrees east. Northern Ireland shares a 224-mile, 360 kilometers, land boundary with the Republic of Ireland. The coastline of Great Britain is 11,073 miles, 17,820 kilometers, long. It is connected to continental Europe by the Channel Tunnel, which at 31 miles, 50 kilometers, 24 miles, 38 kilometers, underwater, is the longest underwater tunnel in the world. England accounts for just over half, 53%, of the total area of the UK, covering 130,395 square kilometers, 50,350 square miles. Most of the country consists of lowland terrain, with mountainous terrain northwest of the TZXC line, including the Cumbrian Mountains of the Lake District, the Pennines, Exmoor, and Dartmoor. The main rivers and estuaries are the Thames, Severn and the Humber. England's highest mountain is Scafell Pike, 978 meters, 3,209 feet, in the Lake District. Scotland accounts for just under a third, 32%, of the total area of the UK, covering 78,772 square kilometers, 30,410 square miles, and including nearly 800 islands, predominantly west and north of the mainland, notably the Hebrides, Orkney Islands, and Shetland Islands. Scotland is the most mountainous country in the UK, and its topography is distinguished by the Highland Boundary Fault, a geological rock fracture, which traverses Scotland from Arran in the west to Stonehaven in the east. The fault separates two distinctively different regions, namely the Highlands to the north and west and the Lowlands to the south and east. The more rugged Highland region contains the majority of Scotland's mountainous land, including Ben Nevis, which at 1,345 meters, 4,413 feet, is the highest point in the British Isles. Lowland areas, especially the narrow waste of land between the Firth of Clyde and the Firth of Forth known as the Central Belt, are flatter and home to most of the population, including Glasgow, Scotland's largest city, and Edinburgh, its capital and political centre, although upland and mountainous terrain lies within the southern uplands. Wales accounts for less than a tenth, 9%, of the total area of the UK, covering 20,779 square kilometers, 8,020 square miles. Wales is mostly mountainous, though South Wales is less mountainous than North and Mid Wales. The main population and industrial areas are in South Wales, consisting of the coastal cities of Cardiff, Swansea, and Newport, and the South Wales valleys to their north. The highest mountains in Wales are in Snowdonia and include Snowdon, Welsh, Urwydda, which, at 1,085 meters, 3,560 feet, is the highest peak in Wales. Wales has over 2,704 kilometers, 1,680 miles, of coastline. Several islands lie off the Welsh mainland, the largest of which is Anglesey, Ynys Môn, in the northwest. Northern Ireland, separated from Great Britain by the Irish Sea and North Channel, has an area of 14,160 square kilometers, 5,470 square miles, and is mostly hilly. It includes Lough Neagh, which, at 388 square kilometers, 150 square miles, is the largest lake in the British Isles by area. The highest peak in Northern Ireland is Slieve Donor in the Mourne Mountains at 852 meters, 2,795 feet. Climate. The United Kingdom has a temperate climate, with plentiful rainfall all year round. The temperature varies, with the seasons seldom dropping below -11 degrees Celsius, 12 degrees Fahrenheit, or rising above 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit. The prevailing wind is from the southwest and bears frequent spells of mild and wet weather from the Atlantic Ocean, although the eastern parts are mostly sheltered from this wind since the majority of the rain falls over the western regions. The eastern parts are therefore the driest. Atlantic currents, warmed by the Gulf Stream, bring mild winters, especially in the west where winters are wet and even more so over high ground. Summers are warmest in the southeast of England, being closest to the European mainland, and coolest in the north. Heavy snowfall can occur in winter and early spring on high ground, and occasionally settles to great depth away from the hills. Administrative divisions. The geographical division of the United Kingdom into counties or shires began in England and Scotland in the early Middle Ages and was complete throughout Great Britain and Ireland by the early modern period. Administrative arrangements were developed separately in each country of the United Kingdom, with origins which often predated the formation of the United Kingdom. Modern local government by elected councils, partly based on the ancient counties, was introduced separately, in England and Wales in a 1888 Act, Scotland in a 1889 Act and Ireland in a 1898 Act, meaning there is no consistent system of administrative or geographic demarcation across the United Kingdom. Until the 19th century there was little change to those arrangements, but there has since been a constant evolution of role and function. The organization of local government in England is complex, with the distribution of functions varying according to local arrangements. The upper-tier subdivisions of England are the 9 regions, now used primarily for statistical purposes. One region, Greater London, has had a directly elected assembly and mayor since 2000 following popular support for the proposal in a referendum. It was intended that other regions would also be given their own elected regional assemblies, but a proposed assembly in the Northeast region was rejected by a referendum in 2004. Below the regional tier, some parts of England have county councils and district councils and others have unitary authorities, while London consists of 32 London boroughs and the City of London. Councillors are elected by the first-past-the-post system in single-member wards or by the multi-member plurality system in multi-member wards. For local government purposes, Scotland is divided into 32 council areas, with wide variation in both size and population. The cities of Glasgow, Edinburgh, Aberdeen and Dundee are separate council areas, as is the Highland Council, which includes a third of Scotland's area but only just over 200,000 people. Local councils are made up of elected councillors, of whom there are 1,223, they are paid a part-time salary. Elections are conducted by single transferable vote in multi-member wards that elect either 3 or 4 councillors. Each council elects a provost, or convener, to chair meetings of the council and to act as a figurehead for the area. Local government in Wales consists of 22 unitary authorities. These include the cities of Cardiff, Swansea, and Newport, which are unitary authorities in their own right. Elections are held every 4 years under the first-past-the-post system. Local government in Northern Ireland has since 1973 been organised into 26 district councils, each elected by single transferable vote. Their powers are limited to services such as collecting waste, controlling dogs and maintaining parks and cemeteries. In 2008 the executive agreed on proposals to create 11 new councils and replace the present system.